Welcome, my darlings, to my humble chateau. Please make yourself very comfortable. Relax your mind and release your imagination to me. I will bring you a story to entrance and entertain. Perhaps a frightening one. Perhaps a steampunk. Perhaps a bit of mythology. Anyway, sit back, enjoy, and subscribe to me. Where the Wolves Walk Upright by Bandy. There's a place in the backwoods of the high country where there aren't any towns or villages. It's too remote for all but the most rugged of settlers. For those who dare to venture into the dense wilderness of the frontier, they practice caution and security. No one hunts in the forest alone. It's not a very desirable location to be stranded in after the sun goes down. All of the locals know it. There's all manner of enchanted spirits and wild beasts haunting those woods after nightfall. And not all of them are benevolent. The mysterious wolves which roam the forest and howl at the moon are said to traverse completely upright on their hind legs. From a distance, they supposedly bear a remarkable resemblance and the erect posture of human beings. Many hunters swear to have witnessed seeing these unnatural creatures lurking about. They are said to surround their prey in highly organized hunting packs, just like ordinary wolves. The primary difference being that they track and trap their prey from a 7-foot tall, standing vantage point. Villagers in the nearby towns are a superstitious lot and took this sinister canine legend to heart. I never gave their fanciful folklore much credence until I saw one of the feral beasts for myself. It crept around an outlying cluster of hardwoods at the edge of the woods, near the fading light of dusk. My jaw dropped and the hairs on my neck raised up. As soon as it saw me, it wrinkled its snout in an aggressive, toothy snarl. I feared that I was going to have to fend it off a violent attack, but in the end it retreated slowly away. I'll never forget the startling sight of a fully standing werewolf, massive in size, stepping backwards into the safety of the tree line. What black magic, sorcery, or mysterious act of the Lord was this? The fierce look in its coal black eyes spoke volumes. You stay inside your territory, and I'll stay within mine, was the message. Being so close to the wretched thing filled me with a chilling dread. Could I really trust that it and its brethren would hold true to the unspoken truce? I had no way of knowing, but from that day forward I forbade my children from stepping foot into the woods after sundown. Even the most obedient children are apt to misunderstand or not take parental warnings seriously. In the back of my mind, I always carried a lurking fear of the possible consequences. Naturally, my sons and daughters failed to understand the true reason for my strict, unexplained directive. I didn't even try to tell them about the horrible abomination I'd witnessed. Being labeled as a forbidden place made it even more tantalizing. I caught all of them stealing long glances at it from time to time. The devilish mystique of an unfamiliar territory was slowly seducing them. Each day the temptation wore down their resistance a little bit more, the greater the opposition I raised to the damned labyrinth of beckoning trees, the heavier their curiosity bore upon them. All too soon the situation I dreaded came true. I awoke to find my eldest two children couldn't resist the allure of the woods any longer. They had crept outside to explore it, apparently. Their beds were vacant. The candle box was missing, and the hens' eggs were still uncollected from their chicken coop chores. Calling out their names at the edge of the woods proved futile. They had too much of a head start wandering the dense highlands. I gathered up my rifle and gunpowder pack for the unpleasant task ahead. An occasional drip of congealed wax upon fallen leaves confirmed their path. I was relieved to feel that it was still a bit warm to the touch. It was a sign they weren't too far ahead. By mid-morning, I'd picked up and lost their trail several times. Other things were active along the well-worn deer path. The disturbed leaves and brush I found wasn't proof of their presence any longer. They would have blown out the melting candle with the full rise of the sun. From there, the wax trail went cold. I yelled and shouted, only a mocking echo bounced off the nearby canyons answered me. I considered doubling back to the last confirmed evidence of their trek, but an unknown force kept me pushing onward. In the blackest heart of the highlands, only wisps of sunlight can trickle down to the leaf-strewn floor below. I was deeper in the forest than I'd ever been into the dense wooded canopy. Suddenly, I felt a significant presence nearby. A dark entity was watching. I turned to face the same ferocious mongrel which had haunted my nightmares since the first day I saw it. This time the standing alpha leader of the pack wasn't alone. I was surrounded by a half-dozen other attack-ready wolves. He snarled while the others remained silent in hierarchical respect. I had my gun at the ready, but could only take out one of them before the rest pounced on me. He was the obvious choice for my musket volley. When the leader of any rank-and-file organization falls, the underlings often panic. Regardless, I wasn't likely to make it out of the woods alive. I thought deeply about the circumstances which led me there. I had been the one who violated the agreement and broke the rules. I was in their territory. Against every instinct I held dear, I lowered my weapon as a sign of contrition. The posture of the pack immediately changed. The alpha male stepped back slightly, then all the others followed suit, breaking the tense stalemate. Eventually they all fell back out of sight. To much greater surprise, my two missing children appeared from the same general direction. I surmised that the majestic wolves who walk upright had been holding them captive until I came to answer for their careless trespass. I was glad I found a peaceful resolution to being cornered by them. I'm sure there would have been a very different outcome otherwise. My children and I walked home in virgin silence. No angry words needed to be spoken, nor threats made. I saw the mortal depth of fear and greater understanding in their remorseful eyes. Never again would I have to worry about them or their younger siblings wandering into the highland woods. No doubt they would impart the importance of honoring the territorial border with my two youngest children. It was a valuable lesson for all of us. So quoth this raven. What a fantastic story by Bo. please go visit his webpage and his Reddit. Leave me a like and a comment, and if you haven't, subscribe and ring the little bell so you know when to come up and see me. And I will see you next time, my darlings. Bye-bye.